Okay, so he wants to get faster internet for all homes. Who has internet at home right now? You have like Wi-Fi or you have internet? Okay. What would you think about it getting faster? Good thing or bad thing, Kenton?
That's so great.
Right. It's actually a big problem in our country right now is that a lot of people just don't have good internet. And if you don't have good internet, it's very hard to do work for school, to do research, to start a new company. All those things are hard to do if you do not have faster internet. Next thing that he wants to do, can you read this one, Jalen?
Paid sick days for all Americans.
Paid sick days. That is something that a lot of people don't have. If they get sick and they have to stay home, they don't get paid. Okay? So what Obama is trying to do is promise people 7 paid sick days per year. Good thing or bad thing, Kenton?
That's pretty idea.
Right. It's a good thing for our security. It would be a great thing to have, and that is something that Obama is trying to do to make our country better. What is the last thing that Obama wants to do, James, to make our country better?
Take care of environment by using cleaner energy.
Good. So we know that cars, oil, and gas do what to our environment, Jalen? What do driving cars, burning oil, and burning gas do to our environment? Don, think about it.
It will start changing the air because the air is going bad. People who got asthma needs it.
Raise your hand if you've heard of global warming. Okay. Global warming is a huge priority for Obama. So basically what he's saying is that we need to drive less and that we need to use cleaner energy like electricity, wind power, and other things to take care of the earth. Okay? So who can give me a quick summary of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas that Obama has? What's the first one, Nikia? Let's say cheap healthcare. You say it. Cheap healthcare.
Cheap healthcare.
Free college.
Free college.
Faster internet.
Faster internet.
Paid sick days.
Paid sick days.
Take care of the environment.
Take care of the environment.
1, 2. Let's see. Let's do it one more time to see how fast and clear we can say it. Cheap healthcare. Free college. Faster internet. Paid sick days. And taking care of the environment. Good. So, these are President Obama's ideas for making our country better. What was the name of the speech that he gave last night, Nikia? Not that part. What was the name of that speech, Jalen?
Not the top part with the flag on it. The state of the union.
Right, it's the State of the Union. That's when Obama tells us how we're doing and where we're going. Okay? The State of the Union is when Obama tells us how we're doing and where we're going. How we're doing and
Where we going?
And that is the thing that I want to talk about today in our classroom. Okay? So one of the purposes of this meeting is for us to set goals for ourselves, set goals for our room, and find ways for us to make our classroom better. So the next part today is going to be talking about the state of our classroom. Okay? Can you put that corner up there? Benson, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here, and you can reference that if you need to, but I want to talk about a few ideas that we have for making our classroom better. I have a lot of ideas. I have a ton of ideas for how we could make our classroom better. But is there anybody that has an idea right away for how we can make our classroom better in 2015?
Bob.
Kenton.
we will all, the whole week, if it's like a Friday or Thursday,
Okay.
that means Wednesday, Tuesday, or Monday. Okay, it can be Thursday. It's Friday.
So what's your question?
It gives us 3 to 4 days to practice.
To practice. So what are you saying?
If the
Someone
test
else-
isn't now, we can look into the test. Instead of just waiting for the test to come, I not practice with
So you're saying study,
study.
prepare, practice
Mm-hmm.
for quizzes and tests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any type of quiz.
What do you think?
Even if it's a short quiz, still practice.
What do you think of that idea, Joshua? Is that a way that we could make our classroom better? Study, prepare, and practice for all quizzes and tests. What's your opinion of that idea? No opinion? James, what do you think about that? Kenton's suggesting that we should study, prepare, and practice for all quizzes and tests.
I agree with Greg. I agree with Eddie Johnson.
With Joshua?
Yes.
About what?
The thing he just said.
He didn't say anything. Do you agree with Kenton's idea? Kenton's idea was to study, prepare, and practice for all quizzes and tests. Anybody else have thoughts about that? Jalen, what do you think?
I agree.
With Kenton? Okay. Do we want one of our ideas to have something to do with preparing for quizzes and tests? Remember, we're going to have several ideas. Okay. So how do we want to say it, Kenton? Let's sum it up in one sentence.
Well, if we could just,
One sentence.
you should prepare, James. Because I disagree with you, James. Because you should prepare. Because if you don't prepare yourself, you won't know any of the answers. And guess what that means? You won't get any of the grade. You won't get the grade that your parents want to get. And you won't know the knowledge that you need to know.
Here's a question for you, Kia. Kenton's saying it's a good idea to study and prepare for quizzes and tests. Why do we do that? So we can be smart, okay? So we can move to the next grade. And what kind of grades are we trying to earn? What kind of grades are we trying to earn? What do we want to see in our report cards? And A's and P's. And what else is pretty good grade?
B.
A B. Tell me what you think about this, Nancy. Study for tests and quizzes so that we can get A's and B's. Do you think that's a good sentence?
Yeah.
What percent do you need to get in a class to get a B at least? What's the minimum percentage that you need to get a B?
75.
And it's a little higher than that.
80.
It is 80, is that what you're going to say? Tell me what you think about this, Kenton. I'm going to write it down. The first thing that I think we should do, according to what Kenton is saying, is study for all quizzes and tests. So we can get A's and B's. And Gregory, what does it take to get a B at least? Okay, so I'm going to put that here. 80% plus, okay? So that means at least 80%. So we're going to study for all quizzes and tests so we can get A's and B's. Kenton, thank you very much for the first contribution. Let's give Kenton 2 snaps on 2 1 2. 2 claps on 2 1 2. 2 stomps on 2 1 2. Okay. Kenton broke the ice, and now I expect these ideas to be coming a little bit quicker. Brian, what is your next idea for how we can make our classroom better?
To make our classroom better, we have to be respectful.
Okay, so give me some examples of that.
Like students want to do whatever they want, but we have to make this even better.
Okay.
We have to be prepared.
When you walk into school every day, when you walk into Basil, what are some things that you can do to show respect or to be respectful?
I show perseverance, respect.
Okay, so you're telling us some of the other virtues, but let's just focus in on respect only. What is one thing you can do to show respect in the classroom?
I respect to help students. I want to help students to learn more things.
So your idea for the classroom is to show respect, right? Can you say that in your own words, in one sentence? How do we want to make our classroom better, Brian? I'm going to write down what you say. Well, you're focusing on respect, and your idea is perfect. I just want you to give me a nice sentence that I can put up here.
We have to be respectful for students, so we can help our students in school to make this school better and show how they learn and help them go to college.
Okay, so you said show respect for all students, but I'm going to say there's some other people that we should show respect to also.
Our classmates.
Students are our classmates. Who else should we show respect to?
Teachers.
Anybody else? What else? So you're saying show respect for all students, teachers, and let's think of something else. This has to do with how we treat the things that are around us, how we treat our hallways, how we treat our books,
Yes.
how we treat our desks. What's a word for all that kind of stuff?
Because showing
What's a word for all that kind of stuff? Desks, pencils, the hallways. Items. There's a word that starts with a P that I think will sum this up nicely.
parents.
What's it called when you own something? Yes?
Price.
Price, you're on the right track. What I'm thinking of is the word property. And that would basically be anything that we would use in school, like a desk, chair, computer, pencil, hallway, bathroom, toilet, bathroom pass, whatever it is, calculator. Absolutely. So Brian, why don't you read this and tell me if this is what you're trying to say?
Show respect for all students, teachers, and classrooms.
Let's read it all together. Let's read it all together on 212. Show respect for all students, teachers, and property. So 2 fantastic ideas right now. Let's see if we can come up with 4 more. Jadel, let's hear from you. Another thing we can do to make our classroom better.
Respect boys and girls, parents, and everybody around us who go past us and talk to us.
That's a really good idea also. So you're kind of restating what Brian said is it's focused on respect. Let's go away from respect and think of something completely different that would improve our room. Do you want to think or do you have something?
I have some.
Okay, let's hear it.
Work hard and never give up on and hard questions.
Why? I completely agree, but why?
Because people can get smarter than they'll know what that answer will be when one day they go back to school and they see that question again, and then they will know that question and they'll say it will be easy.
So let me ask you to say it very simply. Tell me, this is a good start. You said work hard and never give up on a challenging question. Is that kind of what you said? In like 5 words, why? Why are we showing up every day working hard and not giving up on challenging questions? What's the purpose of that? Why bother?
To go to a good college.
Okay. So work hard and never give up on a challenging question so that we can go to a good college. I think that's good. work hard and never give up on a challenging question. So